there's absolutely no doubt that the struggle is real. I'm not here to tell you that it's not, which is why it's really important that you like and subscribe and share to spread this very important message. I hope that you're doing really well today. But we all face our challenges. We all have our own conditioning, our entrenched beliefs, the things that we don't want to let go of. But if you're going to live a successful life, you have to be flexible. I really believed for a long time that integrity is the most important value, but we all know that there's so much information. I'm going to bring you around this way a little bit. There's so much information at our fingertips that we take everything on, and we don't actually really know what are our own thoughts. We don't understand that the world is a complex place. There's a huge amount of stuff going on, and everybody believes that learning is the most important thing, but it's not. It's really not. Unlearning all of the stuff that you believe is yours, that's where real wisdom lies, because we have the opportunity now to be able to observe what people are saying and the results that they get. And a lot of the time, most of the time, they don't tally up. They don't. We believe what we see. We believe what we hear. But if you don't question any of it, you're not going to advance in life. It's very difficult to find out what's really true. And what I value in people is what they say is what they do. That's really the most important thing. And I've watched, Christian podcasters say, God's got the way and we have to be humble. But then when they're faced with new information, they're really rude and critical and closed. No ability to take on new information and think, oh, actually, that might be really valuable. That might help me and other people. But they'll throw it out because it doesn't fit in. It doesn't fit in with their current worldview. Which is why I say that the struggle is real. Which is why I found it really important recently to actually trust your own view, no matter what obstacles you face. It's not an easy thing to do, because everybody wants you to fit into the current paradigm. They want you to believe that keto is the way, or Christianity is the way, or hedonistic sex is the way, or whatever it is. Everybody wants you to believe what they believe. And it's a struggle to, if you're listening to all these different opinions, it's very difficult to actually find out what is your own opinion. Which is why trusting yourself is really important, because you know your own life. You know what's right for you. You know what works for you. And a lot of people will shun you for it, because I think they understand that when they encounter somebody who thinks differently from them and behaves differently from them, they don't know what to do with it, so they criticize. And if you put yourself out there, whether it's online or offline, if you put yourself out there, you do open yourself up to a lot of people's judgment. And no matter how confident and resilient and determined you are on your path, that stuff is not nice to deal with. It's just not. It's not nice. It's not nice to deal with people's judgment. But what you have to understand is it's not about you. It's not about you. They want you to agree with them. And if you don't, they're threatened and they shout. It's one of the few things that I actually really agree with from my ex-boyfriend. If you want to be heard, don't shout, whisper. Whisper. Don't rise to the criticism. Don't rise to the judgment. They're not talking about you. They're talking about their lack of resilience, their lack of determination, their lack of focus in their own lives. And believe me, I understand it's really difficult to distance yourself from it, to understand that it's not about you. And I come back to the same point. You know what's right for you. You know what works for you. And as I've been recording this, there have been people walking along the path. And they want to be involved. They keep looking. They keep thinking, oh, what's that man doing? Is he imparting knowledge to people? I don't know what they're thinking, but they're so fascinated that somebody is actually putting down on, we call it putting down on paper, expressing your views. And it takes a lot of courage to actually put yourself out there, because most people don't do it. It's why the greatest concentration of geniuses is found in graveyards. It's one of the greatest things that one of my mentors said to me. Oh, fuck, yeah, wow, that's amazing. That's really amazing. Because everybody's actually trying to find their way in the world, but they get lost in judgment of other people and forget their own path. So the struggle is real, but I think the most important thing is to remember, well, you've started out on a path of being your own person. Remember that spark. It's just the fire within you. Remember that spark and why you got started in the first place. Because it's your life. It's your life. And you've always got to remind yourself of that. It's not other people's lives. Leave their lives to them. And if they criticize you for doing what you want to do, it's because they haven't got anything themselves. They would much rather criticize you for the decisions that you make and the empowerment that you actually want for your life. They don't know how to do it for themselves. they really don't know how to do it for themselves. And every single person that walks by as I'm recording this video goes, oh gosh, what's he doing? Well, I'm putting my wisdom down on paper. I'm putting my wisdom here on YouTube. And when I create the clips, I'm putting it out on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. Putting it out there. And it's a courageous act to do it. It's a really courageous act to actually do it. Which is why you need to trust yourself. And when you keep doing it, what was a struggle in the beginning becomes a fantastically joyful and liberating and enlightening way of life. I love it. I love it. I really do. Because I start to sort out what are my thoughts from what are other people's thoughts. And it's magical. It's really magical to be your own person. And it's a daily practice. It doesn't just come all at once, but the more that you do it, the more that you allow yourself to say what you need to say and let the judgment come, the more powerful you become. So I urge you, lean in to the struggle and start doing the things that you're afraid of, and you'll realize it's the key to unlocking the joy and potential in your life. Thank you very much for listening. Martin Pavey here. Please do like and subscribe and share to spread this very important message. And I look forward to hearing from you in the comments. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Ciao for now.